Next time on Stay Tuned, we do another boring LS swap. Wow. Wow. Sick. Welcome back to Stay Tuned. I'm Tony Angelo, and today we're finally going to get this killer Junkyard 6-liter from our 5.3-liter versus 6-liter comparo episode into action in Barb's Nova. Now, if you remember, this thing made 350 wheel horsepower. It made 350.
On the nose.
Exactly, on the nose. With stock exhaust manifolds and through an automatic 4L80. Barb has since put in a bigger cam. It's going to have 6 headers and a manual box, and this thing is going to be an absolute animal. Okay, yes, it's an LS swap, so everyone get super fired up, get in those comments, and spew hate upon us for the next 5 or 10 seconds. All right, good? Good. All right, we've got that out of our systems. Let's talk about why people do LS swaps. Number one, Barb's got $800 into this motor, the long block, the head and the short block. This thing should make near 500 horsepower. It's got a cam, push rods and springs and a bunch of bolt-ons. That's insane performance per dollar. Number two, in about 100 episodes, this will be the second time we've ever installed an LS motor on Stay Tuned. So I don't feel like we're the ones that are exactly doing it to death, if you know what I mean. And number three, the 5.3 versus 6.0 comparison motor, where we put it in that bare frame and saw which one was better value, is on track to become our most viewed episode ever, which is insane. So maybe you're hate watching them, but people are certainly watching them. Doesn't matter, because this is what Barb's built for his Nova, and it's time to cram it in that thing. And I promise you, it's gonna be an absolute lunatic on the street. All right, so this wasn't a manual transmission, so first thing you gotta do before you get nuts is put your pilot bearing or pilot bushing and hammer it into the back of your crankshaft. There's two styles on a Chevy. One sits super far forward, one sits in more. We're gonna put in the one that came from American Powertrain and assume that it's right.
What's the name now?
Tyler's here. He's gonna do the hammer in.
Good to see you guys.
Hey.
Glad to be back.
See that? 2 hammers and he leaves. Good. That's it. That's what we pay him for.
I'll be back in 2 to 3 weeks.
That's fine. A couple more taps, leave, drink all the beers and leave. It's noon somewhere, baby.
Yep. That's spinning?
Yeah,
That
It
doing?
needs to go in a little bit more, I think, right?
That's probably fine.
Think so?
Barb is gonna run a TKX, the new Tremec 5-speed that actually holds up to a bunch of power and shifts well. But you can just run an old school Muncie scatter shield or Bellhousing, which is killer because it's the same bolt up. So he went out on Marketplace and bought a nice used, is that a Lakewood?
Quick time.
Quick time Bellhousing. And that's what's going on this sucker. I'm gonna put on this Hayes flywheel. LS crank bolts need sealant slash Loctite on them. Now when you tighten that down, you go in a star pattern. So there's 6 of them. That's like a Hanukkah star right there. Get it right. How is that a star? You went straight across.
I just, because checking the tightness. This thread was bad on this one.
I get it. All right. It's no star I've ever seen.
It's a shooting star, all right?
Yeah, I got it.
Straight
I got
across.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still doing that weird star, huh? That's fine. That's fine. You know, we're making a show here. People are going to see this, dude.
Wait, isn't this a star?
I think I usually go like this, and then I go like over here and over here. It's fine.
Okay, hang on 1 second.
I don't know how you draw a star. But
Yeah, you'll get there. All right, we are back in the parts room here, and this is where Barb's office is, and he has been doing a ton of work. He does tons of emails. He works on the thumbnails for us, Photoshop, everything, and it was time to upgrade his desk, and it was perfect timing because FlexiSpot makes this killer standing desk, and they hit us up to sponsor this episode. So not only are they supporting Stay Tuned, but they're getting Barb into something that's a little bit more practical, and this is a desk that goes from 22 inches to 48 inches up and down. It can hold a ton of weight. And it is killer. He's got some mods on here. It's all dialed in. My guy's got this sweet mouse pad, this locking drawer. It's where he keeps all his candy, so I don't eat it up. And this thing is killer. And look, if you have a bad back like me and you might want to stand up for part of the day, this thing will do it. It's killer. It's really, really practical. And this is bamboo, but you can get it in white and all sorts of different materials, chipboard, whatever you want. So get out there, get the new E7 Pro desk. And he's actually even got a sweet chair coming, but this isn't it. It's on the way. It's on order. So don't look at this part. Look at that thing. Beautiful. Flexi spot. All right, Barb is going to be running the Hayes Street 650 clutch to hold all the 650 horsepower he's going to make one day.
Just keeps going up.
Just in case. And then we're going to bolt this sucker on just like that. Oh, we're going red. This is it. Final installation.
You want me to go grab
Nah, do it red.
Definitely do.
He'll never know.
Definitely do blue. On Allen's? Come on. This is a self-sabotage here.
Fine, you don't need it to come off. I just said it hold 650 horsepower.
All right, so while these guys are putting this clutch on here, I'm going to start installing the headers. These are some killer inch and 7/8 primary headers from Church Boys Racing. Those guys hooked it up big time. 3-inch collectors, all stainless steel construction. They are killer. I'm going to start putting them in.
And they're made to fit in the Nova, and then nothing is made to fit in the Nova.
Nothing fits.
If you're putting an LS in your 62 to 67
7 Nova, put them in here.
hit up the Church Boys. All right, see if that goes on.
Nope.
Oh.
So we are getting close to putting on the Quicktime Bellhousing. A little bit of interference here with the header. It's going to take a little bit of material off of it. Right there. The plate, it'll be fine. The thing is thick as a brick. All right.
Where'd you get the block at? It's all for like Facebook, or did you get?
He found it.
I don't remember where I found it, dude. It was probably great.
It was in New Jersey. It was Craigslist. 100% it was Craigslist.
Barb's dad is here. I think he's tired of this thing not running. He wants to go to the track. He's got a bitchin' 55 with a pro-charged LS that you've had for years, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You put that together.
About 8 years ago we built it.
Yeah, so that was early on in the LS swap days.
No, it's a stock short block.
Yeah.
That was back when you could get, what, it had 12,000 miles or something on it, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was like,
It was a low
it was
mile.
like, oh, they crashed the truck. It was new.
Yeah.
It was that long ago.
Yeah.
Awesome. That thing rips. I've been in it. It's awesome. How quick is it? 1050s. Yeah, it's awesome.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Maple
Hoping
Grove.
for, yeah, be there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Maple Grove.
So Barb's dad is ready to put the 6-liter into the Nova so that he can smoke it with his 55.
You gotta have somebody to run against.
There you go.
There you go.
Somebody's got to watch those taillights going on the track.
Dang!
Make sure they're working and stuff.
That's what it is?
You don't want to get pulled over. Perfect.
Okay, so we got exactly 3 inches between the diaphragm fingers and the face of this bell housing.
All right.
So now we go over to our transmission.
Oh, excuse me. Okay.
So we need to adjust this this guy.
So you're going to just stack shims behind it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put a little lube on there too. I think they want 100 to 200 of an inch.
I thought it was like an eighth of it. What?
An eighth is in there.
it is.
Eighth is
Yeah,
125.
Yeah.
I usually shoot for an eighth. Let's buy that by the gallon, buddy. Jeez.
Okay, that's nice. Now you got some shim.
You're good. You're good.
Those are very nice. Those are going to bring it out a fair amount.
There you go.
Okay,
See what we're looking
so-
at.
We need a couple more. We got about 5/16 there.
Okay, one more? Let's do it. Because it's going to wear.
Yeah.
Okay. We put on that pressure plate with red Loctite, so it's never coming off. Let's make sure
Tell
we
me
get
what you think. I think that's good, actually.
I like it.
Okay, good. I like it too.
Cool.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Everybody likes it.
All right.
So this is a hydraulic throwout bearing. We have set the air gap between the front of the bearing and the clutch fingers to about 1/8 of an inch, which is perfect. It's right in our space, right in the range. And then you just take this one bolt out and install this post. And the point of the post is that it's going to locate this bearing, this hydraulic throwout bearing, as it sits. It really sits at its base, and the part that moves is here. So locks in, good to go. And I'll tighten it down, I promise.
Very nice.
Hey guys, we have a ton of Stay Tuned merch back in stock. All of this stuff is printed in PA by my old buddy Ralph, and we've got all the classics here. We've got the We're Gonna Lose the Shop shirt, Stay Tuned hats, Angelo's Garage Gym, the Cyclone shirt, and of course the original Stay Tuned Garage shirt. So click the link, order up some fresh threads, and we appreciate every order. All right, let's make horsepower. So the transmission that Barb is going to run is the new TKX. I haven't never run one of these, but I know that they're supposed to be absolutely killer. It's a 5-speed that holds 600-700 pound-feet of torque.
I think it's 600 or 650.
Which is a
whole
ton
lot.
in a very compact package with a ton of different shifter options. It's made by Tremec. American Powertrain pimps it out with this killer shifter and the full setup. Barb's going to run this thing. It's going to be perfect. The T56 is also killer, but it feels like it's twice as big as this thing.
This is tiny.
Our plan is to drop the engine with the clutch and bell housing and headers into the Nova. The Nova is a rear steer car. It's got not a lot of room for a big old 6-liter, although the Church Boys racing stuff is supposed to fit really well. But we just want to make sure that the transmission will bolt up
We're getting a little
properly. And that, like, you know, the pilot bearing is the right size. It's in all the way. There's no issues with the clutch or anything. So we're going to throw this into the car, but for now we're test fitting it up here on the bench just to make sure there's no issues. And if there are, it's a lot easier to maneuver up here.
Yeah, we're getting resistance.
Pilot bearing?
Did you check the pilot bearing that it's the right? Oh no, it's gone. I think you just have to go side to side.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it's not
just
brand new clutch.
It's angulation.
I also find
Angulation. I like that. I don't think I heard that before. I like
What?
it. Angulation.
You never heard that?
I don't think so. Is it a thing? I like it. Whatever.
Angulation? Dangulation?
Oh, got it.
It's a thing. Yeah.
I like it.
Dangulation?
That's a little different.
I've heard of strangulation. Is it like that?
I don't think it's the same
That's
thing.
not the same. My dad used to talk about strangulation. I think I have a different dad than you have.
Different,
Yeah, my dad's different than your dad.
I think it fits.
Yeah, I'd say so. So Church Boys Racing is basically the only game in town here for 62 to 67 Nova parts. And they sent us over these sick headers. They're 1 7/8 primaries, 3-inch collectors. They clear the steering box, which is like the main hassle with these cars. And part of their kit is the motor mount plates, which position the motor itself perfectly in the car so that the headers don't contact anything. It's also made to work with their transmission cross member for the TKX with an LS. So in theory, everything should just bolt right in. They give you these sweet laser cut plates I tossed a coat of paint on, and they work with the factory small block Chevy motor mounts. So what you do is bolt these guys up. They give you all the hardware in the kit. Make sure you face your plates the correct direction. With the slot facing forward, not to the back. This guy made that mistake already.
Slots to the front.
Slots to the front. That's right. Okay. All right.
You done with that?
That looks great. Yeah, there you go. All right, it's in there. Small block mounts, Church Boys adapter plates. I think we're ready to dump this thing in here, huh?
It's time to install Barb's 6-liter into his 64 Nova. As you can see, we've got the Church Bros mounts and headers on there. We're going to try to install it all in one piece. The QuickTime bell housing is on there. We're going to lower it down, try to mount it all up, and then we'll stab that transmission in from the back side. Let me just shove this along our gantry crane.
And this lovely gantry crane that'll carry 10 tons.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Can you walk that in a little bit, Tyler? Do you think we're going to have any issue with this battery tray?
It's possible.
Oh, let's find out. It's going to be tight.
Yeah. You want to just take that out now?
I would say take at least the tray on top out.
Oh.
Can you hold on one sec there?
Yep.
Grab a 3/8. We're going to pull the battery tray isolator out. Keep cramming it in. This is a lot. This is 10 pounds of horsepower going into about a 3-pound bag. Okay, how you looking on that header in the back?
It's rubbing up against the gear, but it's still got space here.
All right, so the bell housing is pretty tight on the firewall. Actually, that's better. Okay. There you go. Come on down.
It's like you got a kit to move this one.
Whoa, there we go. That's what I was hoping for.
You got it? Nice.
Go around?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're hitting the shock tower over here.
How much more does it have to go back?
It's
There
on,
we
it's on.
go.
Good job.
You're in?
Go.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's tight, boy.
For the what?
Nice weather.
Yeah. Easy. I know.
All right, we're now going to install the American Powertrain TKX up in a Barb's Nova. These are just a killer package because they're so small and they're so strong, just like this guy. And we are going to just throw it up in there. These come in a variety of gear sets. There's one with a super deep first gear and one with a little bit less. And when are you ready to put her in?
Hang on.
No problem. Take your time.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, you're good. Ready? Yeah. Okay, so I'll lift it up. And then you have to get it on the...
Tail up. Yep.
Tyler, I'm going to work the front. You get the back?
Yep.
Tail up. Okay, throw it's on.
Is it on the pin? That's the hard part.
No, it's not, but it's got to go in more before I can get it on the pin.
Okay.
Hang on. It's on the pin.
Oh, awesome. Give it a shot, Tyler. Are we too high? Can you come? There we go. Is that it?
I felt it go in.
It's on the pin?
It's on the pin.
Sweet. Nice and easy.
Can you lift the tail up some more?
I can't. It's oh.
It's hitting the floor.
Yeah, I'm trying to come down with
We
it
got
a
a
little
little
bit.
problema here. We got to cut the floor.
Which way?
Where they did the repair.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Michael, get a pen. Marker. I think we can see it.
Okay.
Does somebody have a... Yeah, we can see it.
All right. Let's take her out. Good?
Yep.
All right, we're gonna cut some space and make, do it again. All right, so we need to be here.
Yeah. Watch your face. Here we go. Oh my God,
Or
guys.
cut an X and fold it up and you got it. Attaboy. All right, we are slamming Barb's TKX into his,
Second time.
back into his Nova for the second time. Take two. Something's leaking here pretty good. All right, that seems important. You ready? Got my hands under it. Sweet new transmission, meet 500 horsepower Junkyard motor.
You're not in the groove.
Okay. Come down a little bit.
You gotta come out a little bit, I'm sorry.
You're fine, you're fine. Good?
Good. Going in.
You're in. Beautiful. Is he going now? Okay, let's get some bolts.
How's the floor hole look?
Real nice.
Good.
Real nice floor hole you got there.
Thanks, bud.
You good? Yeah, I'm good. You good? Yeah. We'll see about that lid.
Yeah, well, if it doesn't fit now, it's gonna get the BFH.
It's gonna fit. We're gonna make it fit.
It's gonna get a vice grip and a BFH, because it ain't coming out again. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it fits awesome. The headers are perfect. Yeah. All right, so this is the Church Boys cross member. Again, it's a full bolt-in system. And it's gonna go right here. And there's a little mount, and that's it. I'm gonna grab the mounts and we'll see what it does. All right, I'm bolting in the mount to the transmission and then the cross member to the mount. And we should be ready to rock. Call it a night. Get some sleep. Okay, so we've got Barb's 6-liter Junkyard killer bolted into his 64 Nova with that new TKX transmission. All the Church Boys stuff is making it all fit. There is no room around the steering box or anywhere else with those headers, but they fit awesome. And it looks like we'll probably do a little bit of floor pan modifications, massaging to get the transmission up a little bit. But as you can see, it is right at home in there. It looks killer. It's tight. It's a tight fit. But it looks sick. Let's maybe drop that intake on and then go to sleep. Let's do it.
You know what, Michael?
Yes. You got that side tie?
Yeah. I got it.
There we go. All right, so we are back in the shop tonight. We finally got the motor and the transmission mounted up in the car. We had to do a little bit of cutting on the tunnel, though. After a little bit of research, when we left off the other day, things weren't fitting quite how we thought they were going to. So we just kept cutting a little and a little bit until we got the pinion angle on the transmission set correctly at 3.5 degrees. And we should be good to go now. So we're gonna make a little bit of a tunnel cover for here, and then button this thing up, put the interior back together, start doing some wiring, put the pedal in, and get rocking here.
Cool, all right, I was gone one night and Barb and Tyler, not me, Barb and Tyler, not me, decided to make a transmission hump out of aluminum. It's questionable, but you know, it's in there. That's fine. And then since then, Barb has been wiring up his Holley EFI system. He's running an HP EFI, a little bit older computer, but they work awesome and they're built super tough. So we're rocking and rolling. The goal is to get this thing fired up and driving back down the road with his low buck 500 horsepower LS ASAP. I'm gonna be honest, it does look good here, but aluminum is not what I would want between my face and a spinning drive shaft, but it's fine because he's got super gnarly TKX in there. It's gonna be just fine. That's made out of aluminum, right? So no problem. All right, so under the hood, just to catch you up, Barb put on a set of MSD coils and wires. The full Holley injection engine harness is on, so we're really moving along. We've got to do, what's the list? Clutch pedal, exhaust,
Cooling.
cooling system, charging harness,
Yep, and then just plumb the...
and get the rest of the fuel hooked up. He was running already an EFI style in-tank pump, and just had it whacked way down to carburetor fuel pressure, which is awesome because we don't have to mess with the fuel system at all, except for putting on a Holley EFI regulator that runs from 30 to 80, and dial that in. We'll be good. So what do you want to do? You're on your back
I'm gonna
already.
keep finishing the wiring, and then I'll start on the clutch pedal, I guess.
Perfect. I will do cooling, and we'll get working on fuel, and we'll get pretty close.
Okay.
High five. Cool. All right, so if you have a 64 Chevy 2 and you're trying to put an LS in it, Barb has kind of scienced out this little package from Summit. These are Summit fans and a Summit radiator. The fans are Summit part number Summit G4852, and the radiator is Sum 381442. And it is a big, beautiful boy. It's going to work just fine to keep this hot dog cool. So we're going to figure out how to mount these fans in here. So you can screw into the end channels because there's nothing flowing through there. And that's what they recommend, but I'll have to trim this up first and scoot it over. It looks like it's going to fit like a glove. The height is fine. I'm going to just cut the corners off, trim that off. So we're losing this on each corner. I'll do this one just for the heck of it. Over here, same thing, corner, and maybe nibble into these. No amount of this here. That is more fun than porting an iron cylinder head, that's for sure. So I wanted to make sure that this ridge would get on the same part of the weld on both sides, and it does now. Because it'll seal up nicely here and here. I don't want one big gap, one of it pushed over. So we could ride like that. Okay. I'll trim one more part, we'll be good.
The top part of these are gonna be what has to get cut off because there's this bump out here. So it's gonna have to mount over here, if that makes sense.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Let me get a tape measure and look at some stuff. We bought a radiator for a C10, and now we're gonna put it in this thing. 18 and a half. All right, that might work. All right, that's less insane. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it all while Barb's gone, picking up his kid, taking him home and giving him dinner so that you won't see what kind of quite karate chopping we gotta do over here because there's no room for this radiator in there, so. As long as it holds water when he gets back, he'll be fine.
How long we got?
I don't know, about an hour. Okay, well, I've taken off 80% of the mounting space. Just checking that out there, that looks good. There you go.
Yeah, nice.
Right in there. Okay, so now we might be in business.
Might be a little better. Oh yeah.
I think that's it. right, we threw a couple nutserts in there. Barb's radiator is mounted up nice and tight. I'm gonna pull that cardboard off the front, please.
Oh, yes, sir.
We had to cut out 90% of the mount area. He can go back and do a top mount if he wants, but I'm not gonna weld on that thing. I'm gonna tech screw back in these mounts and we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna slide in these fans that just barely sneak their way in here. Oh, I did the wrong side, hold on. There we go. And those are gonna sit like that. It's already done, they just screw in, I already drilled the holes.
Yeah, I see that.
Yes, believe it or not, no coolant actually runs through the top channel. So you can do this if you're nice and careful. Beautiful. And then I got 2 more on the bottom.
Okay.
But it's going to sit like that. And then Barb will have absolutely no space here for an intake at all.
He's gonna put one of them turbo
Yeah.
things.
Hear me out though. Holley makes a top for this low ram that has dual quads on it. Boom, boom. You can just put 2 throttle bodies on it, link them up. It
Were
would
you
be.
just saying it's half of this?
Yeah.
Like nice.
Yeah, Holley makes a bunch of different tops.
Ah.
The mid ram, the low ram, all the different ones. And I believe a couple different ones will work on this.
Yeah, I don't know if we have any options with that.
And then if you do those two, you just do like a circle filter.
Yeah, you can do that. You do a big oval filter, like a big oval filter between them, or none. But yeah,
Keep it old school looking.
just nothing. Just put two like whatever. He can put 2 velocity stacks like my Firebird on there. That'd be sick. Really church this thing up. All right, yeah, this is not an ideal scenario here where there's just nothing. No space here, nothing. So Tyler's gonna run out and get us some more supplies to make this upper hose. I'm gonna start knocking around, finishing up this fuel system. Barb's gonna wrap up that clutch. We're gonna be pretty close to firing this thing up. And I'm excited because that means one more dumb LS swap in the books soon, baby.
Yeah. I bet you it runs real good.
Yeah,
Makes really good power.
I know. Oh, that
Super fun to drive.
sounds terrible.
Great fuel economy. Not
Sounds
really care
awful.
About that, but
Ugh. Cheap as all hell. Ugh.
all those good things sound terrible, don't
Terrible. LS swaps are dumb.
they? Okay, so American Powertrain sent us over this killer pedal assembly. This is vehicle specific. It's fully self-contained under the dash. It has the master cylinder built in. It's pre-plumbed. Everything is ready to rock. It bolts into the factory dash on this car, which is awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and start putting this thing in here, and hopefully it shouldn't take too long. So I cannot get the drill in from the top to drill the holes for this reservoir. So I measured from the inside of the engine bay downward. I'm going to drill the holes through the fender here and then bolt it in through the, that way. That looks clean.
Hey. Okay, I didn't know we're using electric, guys. Here we go. Front. There you go.
Thank you.
Sorted. That's better.
Okay. That is sorted. Wow, look at that. That's cool. Little factory tree on there. Never even noticed it was there.
Put your ass in there.
You tell it.
I did. There you go. Upper hose. I have an 1.25 inch, union in plastic here. That's all we had laying around. And it has to go to 1 3/8. So I just cut a short piece of 1.25 inch, shoved it on that side, shoved 1 3/8 over it.
It's gonna do
Made an
the,
adapter.
it's gonna do the job.
Yep. It's gonna be fine.
Put little tubes on here. Okay. Look at that. Imagine that. Okay. Good?
Me?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm great.
Now is it tight?
That's pretty tight.
Okay. How's the other side?
Good. All right, it's late on a Tuesday night. We're in the final thrash mode. We just want to get this thing fired up tonight, try to get it driving tomorrow. Tyler and Barb are doing battery ground and starter cables, and we should be rocking soon. I just feel like if we don't get this engine started, man, we're gonna lose the shop. The client's never gonna buy it. Barb won't buy his own car. What am I saying? I don't know. It's not gonna work.
Barb will never get home to feed his kids.
He'll never get home to feed his kids. His kids will get starving. He's got 17 kids. They're never gonna eat. If this car doesn't start up, we're gonna lose the shop. All right, I just got power going to the Holley HP EFI. This is a unit we had laying around for a while. They are actually really powerful little computers. They work really well. And we are going to just dig in and see what kind of setup it's got on. I'm assuming I have to update the software and the firmware and all that stuff. And then we'll just get a Holley bass tune because it comes with a ton of really easy to use bass tunes. I'm sure there's something that's close enough for this 6-liter. Get it fired up. And just hear this thing crackle off once before we pass out tonight. Or we're going to lose your car. We're going to lose your car or the shop or something. I don't know. He owns the car. We rent the shop. It doesn't matter. We're fine. We're going to get through it together. Yep. You are running ECU 4.0. This is 6.0. Must update the firmware. Okay, let's do it. I have punched in a base map that I think will work, but the HP is a little bit different than the Terminator, so there was a lot of inputting my own stuff. All right, I'm gonna now do TPS auto set, and then we will rock and roll. You ready? Hold on. All right, pedal to the floor, release, then twice. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Successful. Up and down. It looks good. All right, we got a reasonable map number-ish, kind of. We have manifold absolute temperature. Not 100%. The map says 97 kPa, and the barometer says 100, so I'm not sure, but it'll see. You ready? Good?
Hit it.
Here we go. Okay. Let me check the RPM. It's not picking up RPM. You got the cam and the crank plugged in? Yeah?
Yep.
Hold on.
In. Fuel's in.
Nope.
Yeah, cam was not picking up RPM, you said?
Yeah. Let me make sure. That's in the system, the ECU thing. Give me a little throttle real quick. Nah, it's not on there. Hold on. Let me link it. Okay, now do it. Yeah. All right, let me crank it real quick. It says syncing when I'm spinning it.
Nothing?
Nothing. 20 volt, 20 DC, 20. Got it? Great. So you're, like I said before, you're turning off, right? when under cranking, the wire you picked gets turned off,
Okay.
and that's not gonna work.
Okay. So let me just try something.
Yeah, when cars crank, they cut off everything besides the absolute necessities to get the engine running to save power. They just run the starter and the ignition system. And so you had it connected to something that killed the power, and it was turning off the computer. That's why it wouldn't sync.
That makes sense.
All right, y'all ready for this? Computer, here we go. More like it. Woo! There we go. That feels good. I'm not going crazy.
Hell yeah.
That's what
amazing
I'm
when you have
about.
the wires connected right,
How
huh?
about it?
That's why we keep him around. Big wiring guy. Hell yeah, that
Computer
sounds
died
killer.
Anyway, that feels good. Sounds awesome. Fired right up on that 480 horse tune. I bet that's going to be super close.
I would think so.
It sounds great. Awesome. Very good.
Hell yeah.
Let's
go to bed.
Let's go to bed. We realized that our TKX is probably stuck between gears. We're gonna deal with that tomorrow. But as of now, it made some noise, it made some smells. Sounds awesome. Fantastic.
Let's go.
Let's go to bed. All right, so we got Barb's car fired up last night with that Junkyard 6-liter. It sounds pretty fantastic. We're gonna keep on rocking, trying to get this thing into a running and driving condition. And the issue we're running into here, and it's kind of a bummer, the brand new TKX, you know, this is a slick shifting transmission. We bolted up the shifter just to see how it felt, and it won't go into any gears. Just moves over to the right gate, and that's it. All right, so this is not a super uncommon thing. It happens during shipping when the transmissions get banged around, the rails can move front and back. I have seen like 4-speed dog box cars, if you get backed into a wall, it'll knock it into reverse and you'll already be in a gear and it'll just be locked up, and it's a you know, pull the box apart and swap it all out. So it's not the most uncommon thing. I don't foresee this ever happening while you're driving your car normally, so it shouldn't be a big deal. But we do have to lower it down, pull the top plate off. It's a bummer that Barb just built this sweet tunnel and then covered it in Dynamat, because we could just go in here and fix it in 2 seconds. But we're gonna lower it down, try to do it all bolted up. If we have to, we'll pull the transmission out and show you how to do it. But no big deal, just one little setback. So that plate, the square one that's jammed up into the tunnel, is what we need to remove. So we're gonna see if we can lower it down enough to get up in there. What is insane to me is that Barb got this brand new transmission and never once banged it through the gears sitting on the floor when we would have found it and fixed it. You're not really supposed to do that, but I don't have the self-control to not at least do it a couple of times. Not saying you should be out there, you know, power shifting it in fourth, but, you know, give her a once through maybe. Now there's a reason to do it. I'm just checking her out, just making sure it works. Just diagnosing the shifter select thingy. So we'll pull the cross member, lower this thing down, and try to get up in there. If we can't, transmission's coming out.
Third time's a charm, huh?
I was at the back doctor today. He told me to take it moderately easy, so a little TKX up on the shoulders, probably not what he meant. Maybe we'll get a trans jack in there today, one that's not named me. Let's see if we can take it a little bit easier. This car is very clean on the outside, but like any Northeast car, it's got some secrets.
Oh yeah.
You do that?
Yeah, I hear that. Where's Zach?
Did you do this?
I did not do that.
Oh, it looks halfway decent. Where's Zach when we need him to install some license plates with rivets?
Yeah.
He's working on real hot rods, he says. Whatever that means.
Using metal and welders, huh?
Whoa, she's coming for me. All right.
Oh!
I'll just punch myself in the chin there. No sweat, make it look good.
It doesn't rotate all the way now.
Oh, come on. You're gonna need to do some serious magic here to get in there, but it's possible, I guess. All right, that's it. Maybe. So I was gonna try to show you guys what's going on with this mirror, but it's broken. 7 years bad luck to whoever was in that toolbox last. We went out and bought this internet special. It says endoscope, I don't really know, but it's pretty cool. We're gonna try to jam it up in there and see if we can see what's going on. That's what my overalls look like. Pretty good. Okay, here we go. There it is, see that? All right, we're gonna take those Allens out. There's 4 of them on this little plate. And then we'll show you what's underneath. Get in there, Barb. These will be good for the grunt supercut. Give me some more.
I didn't like that.
Hey!
That's not the size.
All right, so after monkeying around with that for about 9 seconds, we decided just to pull the transmission out because you can't fit anything up in there. Okay. You slide it up in there.
A little bit more. Okay, go ahead. Let it down.
Good?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, pull this jack out of the way. There it is.
Okay. I got the back.
Don't worry about it. Hydraulic throwout bearings have a tendency to come apart sometimes when you do this. Give you a little brake fluid shower in your mouth. I'm gonna go spit this out.
This way?
That's it. Nuzzle it in. It's gonna be certainly a tight fit. There you go. That's it. Now that's all. You did it. See?
Good job, me.
Sure. Cool. All right, now we got the transmission out and I'm covered in brake fluid. We can take this off. This is the cover panel we're talking about. And you know, we probably could have skipped this off-camera stuff, but we try to keep it very real over here. Is this a killer transmission? Yes. Can this happen to any decent transmission? Pretty much. You know, and they kick it out of the back of a truck. Whatever shipping company is paying somebody to move their stuff around. So, all good. I'll get to write in my back doctor's pain journal today. Kick it up a notch from moving this thing around. It's pretty light though, if I'm being honest. Didn't really bother me. Pretty solid. I didn't feel, could barely feel it. You know, no big whoop.
It's no T56.
No big deal. It's no iron 4-speed. No A833, baby. Okay, ready? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I believe that if we knock this one back, to that neutral position, let me get a little lever. All right, let's try that and see if we're rocking and rolling. Cool, all right, I'm gonna try it out now. Yeah, look, left and right gates. There you go. That's all the gears. So again, knock it through the gears on the bench just once for good luck. If you have an issue, take that top plate off. Make sure these selectors are in line. Give it another shot. And just slap it back together. No big deal.
You got it?
I mean, kinda. I guess I do.
Okay.
There it is. All right, bolt it in. Right, I'm stabbing in Barb's 3.5-inch aluminum drive shaft. That Hartman drive shaft in Reading put in for us. It fits in like a glove. I'm going to connect it to his 8.2-inch rear end. That is now absolutely just a dead man walking because this 6-liter is going to annihilate it. But one thing at a time. I think it'll be fun to see how long this will last.
Will it?
Nah, I mean, for me. It'd be fun for me to watch. Yeah, it's gonna take 0 hard launches and then turn into soup.
Next time we won't be rebuilding it then.
Ooh, nice length on this though.
Oh, he did good.
Nice job there, buddy. Perfect. Okay, cool. It's just me in the shop for a couple minutes. Barb had to run out. It has been like torrential downpouring here in southeastern Pennsylvania for about 4 days, and the power's out at his kid's school, so I'm gonna start throwing this throttle cable together, but our idea is that there's a little bit of no rain tomorrow, better weather. We're gonna try to get this thing out on the road and ripping it. But we'll have Barb's 3-year-old son here kicking around, so that'll be fun. Oh, I think they're here now. You good, bud? What are you feeling like, champ?
We gotta work, bro.
Get to work. Go screw something in.
Do you wanna
Put something on. Can you weld? You ready to weld? No? Okay. You wanna learn?
see?
I'm not that good at it. All right, we gotta do a couple button-up things before we can drive this car down the road. We've gotta do big things like exhaust, put the seats back in, etc. But some small stuff's gonna happen right now. Barb's gonna work on the throttle cable, install that. Little Barb is back there watching TV as hard as he can. I'm gonna work on exciting the alternator and wiring up the fans. So we're gonna get that done like this. Ready? I wish I could fast forward real life, but it do. There you go. All right, we got Owen in here. He helped me install that shifter. Owen, give me some torture testing. Shift that sucker. Bang it through the gears. Yeah. Oh yeah. You want me to do the noises? Ready?
Yeah.
Run! Now you shift. Go. It's really into the windows. Just break that sucker right. Break that handle right off that thing. All right, it's pizza time here. Owen is gonna feast. Little Owen. We've got a regular sliced pie today. It looks pretty killer. And I'm excited. As you know, Stay Tuned is like a pizza team with a racing problem. If you want, you can buy us a pizza. There's a button. No pressure at all, but we do appreciate it. This week, D. Schneezy said his boy Martin came and ignored his entire family on Easter to come help him swap a motor. So thank you, Martin, for him, and then him for us buying a pizza. Another one was Benjamin Lambert. He wants to know how the V12 Fox is coming. It's kind of at a standstill. We're waiting to get an ECU. We got a flex plate so we can have a flywheel made. We got a starter, both of them straight from Britain. So they came on a boat or whatever. But we need something that will control 12 cylinders, and we haven't exactly figured out what computer that's going to be yet. So that's a little bit of a standstill. Right now, I'm very stoked on the NASCAR unit, and we are rocking on Barb's Nova. So V12 will come soon enough. All right, let's dig in. Go ahead, make it look good. Give me some grunts for the supercut. Don't fake it. Just do your work. Yes.
Did you just get a son?
All right, bud. Okay, so we're almost there. Since Barb's throw bearing came apart when we yanked the transmission out, we have to rebleed the clutch. I think that's it outside of an exhaust system. So we are rocking and rolling. The Holley's fully wired up. The seats are back in the car. Oh, and you ready to hit the clutch? Yeah. I don't know how much more time we've got with him being patient tonight. But what do you want to do with this car when it's ready? You think we should fire it up?
What do we want to do with this car?
Rev it up.
Rev it up?
Rev it up. That's what I'm talking about. He knows. He knows. Slow down. I say up. Okay, ready? Yeah. Okay. Down. Let it up. Yeah. Okay. Down. Up. Down. Up. Pump it a couple times. It could come on down. Up. Down.
Yeah. I think it's okay.
All right. Let's go with that as a first. As a first rip. All right. Good. All right, so we've been thrashing for a couple of days. We're really close to getting this thing out and driving, but the weather is disgusting. I'd love to put the exhaust on it tonight, but we've got an impatient toddler here. Me, Owen's here too. And we're gonna get this thing fired up. It should be a turnkey operation now, and Barb should be able to run it through the gear. So let's do it, fire it up, see what it's like. It's got coolant in it, transmission fluid, gear oil, whatever, drive shaft, everything but exhaust. Do it, send it. That computer read?
Good. Found the oil pressure.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay. Owen! You good? Sweet. All right, new morning here. Stay tuned. The last thing we've got to do is get this pipe system crammed up into the Nova so we can take it down the road on its maiden LS voyage. Barb is going to start that. It's a full mandrel bent 3-inch system with an X pipe. It has 2.5-inch tail pipes for fitment. It looks killer. It's got the Violator mufflers, which, in case you're wondering, are very loud, and it should be red. So we're going to start fitting it up. I think it's going to be pretty straightforward.
Hell yeah. Is that what's on the Firebird, right? Violators?
Yeah, I think so.
Firebird sounds good.
It does sound good.
I just want to see how close we are. Oh, we're pretty close, man. I can bend this out, and this will slide right on.
Are you afraid to cut it, or what do you think? What are you saying? Is that
I'm not afraid to do anything. I'm saying I think that if I loosen this...
not afraid to do anything? You hear that? I love it. I love it. A little more?
That's pretty good.
Maybe one more?
I'm looking at the frame rail here. It's actually pointing in a little
I'm just
bit.
looking parallel to this pipe so that they'll
Yeah,
slide.
okay. Okay.
Cut
I'm going
an
to take a
inch.
½ inch, or I'll take an inch off of both.
All right.
Because they go in there quite a bit.
That'll get it done.
Oh, we need to put those extensions on there. That's what it is. Okay. So I was wondering why the X was a little close to the cross member here. I'll give you some little extensions.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Now we got going on here. Oh, it's already done. I was just cleaning the grill.
Pretty good. It's not bad.
Yeah, the grill, I think it'll still work. Oh, this. Yeah, this is nice too. This is actually better than the last one we put in.
This is great.
Outputs will do positive trigger, and then it would just be done. The only issue with that is I don't think they do.
That is an issue.
Yeah, figure it out. Okay. Or like cutting it under the dash. I'll let you know.
Okay.
A little leftover Easter ham. Got the griddle fired up. We're gonna make sandwiches later. It's not always about pizza. Kinda. Good tack.
Yep.
Try this ham.
Ham?
Eat it. Eat it.
Ooh.
Eat it.
Ooh,
It's really good.
that's good ham.
I told you. Wegmans, baby. All right, so Barb is a little more OCD than we are, and we usually thrash stuff together pretty hard. We've been doing our best to build like a little bit higher level build this week, just so he doesn't have to redo a bunch of stuff, because he's a little wild about it.
I'd just like to say.
And he just went to get the TIG welder, and I was like, we're not waiting for you to TIG weld this whole exhaust together, champ. So he just tacked it up. He's going to leave it. He's going to finish it at home. This video comes out tomorrow, of course. And we're going to throw the mufflers on, no tailpipes, and get this thing down the road. It's time to boot this thing out of the shop.
After a very fun week.
Yeah. We had 3 generations of Barb Leonardos in here this week.
That was
bud.
big. I didn't really.
We got the whole family tree in here this week. At least for now.
Yeah.
Actually, it'll be fine.
That muffler straight?
Pretty close, yeah. Built this whole thing in like a week. Let's rock. Your whole car is done, dog.
I know. It's
Pretty cool.
awesome. I know.
So yeah, this thing's done. I put a lot of it into Owen's hard work. He gets some credit for it. He was here ripping last night. I feel like, at least he's got the good sense to bang a transmission through the gears as soon as he gets it too. He made sure it goes into every gear 400 times.
They should just ship him with all new transmissions.
Yeah. Like a little shifter monkey comes out of the crate, bangs it through the gears for you.
Here I am. All right, go ahead.
Coming down.
Yes, sir.
All right, laptop is where? In there?
On the seat.
All right, I gotta see if I can change those to positives. If not, you're gonna have to swap them for
Okay.
something else. All right, we've got Barb's car basically done. The Pypes exhaust is mostly installed. All the good stuff, the mufflers are on there. Fired up, let's hear how it sounds, how it runs. I might play with the tune just a little bit. And pretty good. You're sucking in that air, boy. Man, it's good. It's got fluids. It's got an exhaust. That's pretty good. Man, little old junkyard truck motor. Sounds pretty healthy. All right, so he's got to break his clutch in. Trans is new, he's got to break that into. But we just worked on this car for a whole week. We are going to peer pressure him into doing some gnarly burnouts. Not for me, for you guys, obviously, you know, whatever.
Sounds rowdy, boy.
Sounds awesome. Car's awesome. We're going to take this thing out for its maiden voyage. I'm not 100%, you know, this is basically an out-of-the-box startup tune from Holley that I did a little bit of work to the idle mixture. I think it's going to be fine.
Seems to run pretty well for now.
It sounds real good.
Sounds
A
killer.
little fat, I don't know, I'm not worried about it.
We are driving this car right now.
You sure are.
This is wild.
Sounds real good. Give it a little throttle. Yeah.
Learning?
I mean, I'm just saying the air fuels in like 13, car throttle, like 13s. Coolant temp 172. You want to lay into it a little bit? I'll scream. If I smack you, stop. Ready? Feels pretty good. Is that floored?
Yeah, it's floored, all right.
Alright.
Yeah, that feels good.
Woo! You got it up to about 5,900. That's
59, that's it?
Yeah! Yeah! Alright.
Woo!
Yeah. You still don't get above 6 grand.
No way.
I swear to God.
That can't be.
It went to like 62 in second gear.
Yo, the mid-range and high end on this is crazy.
Oh boy!
Hell
Yeah, up
yeah,
top,
dude.
it pulls real good.
Oh yeah. Dude, it is so much faster. It's also deceiving because before it was so much quieter. I did a pull before to like 4,900 RPMs. I'm like, this thing is screaming. Tony's like, yeah, that was 4,900. You have 2,000 more RPMs to go. I'm like, okay. Next pull I do, it was like 6,200. He's like, yeah, you still got. I'm like, okay, wow, incredible difference. Transmission is killer. Clutch is great. It feels awesome. This is honestly everything I wanted for this car. It is the driver again, man. I'm stoked. This is great.
Wow! He's still going. Still really earning it, that one. Wow! He found that 7,500 RPM rev limiter I put in there. Real good. Wow. Sick. Sick.
That was so good.
That was sick, dude. Okay, so that is it for this episode of Stay Tuned. Barb's Nova is ripping. It is nastier than ever. In a few days, we stuck that 6-liter Junkyard motor into the car with a TKX, and it's ripping down the road. And honestly, we did a pretty clean job because Barb tries to keep his cars pretty nice. I feel like we did that. This has been just a super, super fun time. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. And I promise no LS swaps for a while, even though they're pretty good.